The story I'm about to tell you actually sounds like a script from a bad Tubi movie. All right, so of course you guys have been hearing a lot about what's going on in the state of Florida in regards to the educational system, where the Board of Education decided that for the African American Studies curriculum, they will teach middle schoolers that slaves were actually able to leave the plantation with the skills that they acquired there and turn it into personal benefit. Then on the high school level, those students will learn that black people, well, it was actually their fault for the copious amount of massacres that took place there in Florida. Well, we know that's ridiculous, right? And so Florida and Governor Ron DeSantis, they're getting a lot of backlash, and a lot of that backlash is actually coming from members of his own party who happen to be black. And one of those people is Representative Wesley Hunt of Texas, and he said this: as the direct descendant of a slave, I have a hard time understanding Governor DeSantis' position that transferable skills learned in bondage are somehow a net benefit. And he also says, if Ron DeSantis spent more time doing the job the people of Florida elected him to do and less time on his failing presidential campaign, perhaps Florida's curriculum on slavery would more accurately reflect the pain and heartbreak experienced by millions who suffered through the original sin. And then Senator Tim Scott, he says, there is no silver lining in slavery. Slavery was really about separating families, about mutilating humans, and even raping their wives. It was just devastating. Then lastly, Representative John James of Michigan scolded DeSantis for responding to Donald's, and that happens to be Representative Byron Donalds, who actually kicked off the whole thing. He says, there are only 5 black Republicans in Congress and you're attacking 2 of them. My brother in Christ, if you find yourself in a deep hole, put the shovel down. Well, Ron DeSantis fired back, and it was specifically to Tim Scott, and says, part of the reason our country has struggled is because DC Republicans all too often accept false narratives, accept lies that are perpetrated by the left, and to accept the lie that Kamala Harris has been perpetrating, even when that has been debunked. That's not the way you do it. And so he, along with some other Republicans, have been calling the black Republicans Democrats. Ooh, right? That's supposed to be worse than anything you could call a Republican. Oh, now you're acting like a Democrat. And, you know, you're helping the Democrats and you're believing the liberals and, you know, Kamala who's come here and she's lying. That's what they're saying. And so, you know, the black Republicans do not like it. And so somebody from Donald's team said this: if you condemn CRT and refuse to support BLM, black Republicans are called coons, sellouts, and Uncle Clarence. If you vocalize minor distaste with a sentence in a curriculum that lauds skills developed by slaves during slavery, black Republicans are called Democrats and frauds. And so they're basically saying, well, that's in the same vein of calling them Uncle Tom. I don't know who Uncle Clarence is. Maybe Clarence Thomas, maybe. Yeah, that jives. But, you know, it's a bad name nevertheless. But my thing is this. Y'all impressing upon this white man being Ron DeSantis, you know, my brother in Christ, please stop and you must understand. Now, they don't understand what y'all black people, I was going to say something else, but be nice, need to understand is you can't get off the plantation yourself. Even though you are a black Republican, listen, I don't have a problem with somebody being Republican, but I have a problem with them being ignorant. What you thought because you was a black Republican and normally y'all go along with all the nonsense that they want to do, especially to your people, y'all thought y'all was special? You thought you could speak against those good white men and get away with it? What Ron DeSantis is saying, I'm going to paraphrase it for y'all. Boy, don't you forget your place and don't you forget who you talking to. Get back on the plantation and do as we told you to do, right? Now, that's probably where the little Tubi script comes in because, that was my acting skills. I digress. But that's basically what Ron and all the other white Republicans are saying. Don't you ever forget who you are to us. And that's a boy, a buck, right? Don't you speak against us ever. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think of that little production that's unfolding there. So for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.